Hey there, it's Ben with Bottomless Inkwell. I am working on a sketch today in direct uh, in direct opposition of what I said in my very last video that I don't sketch out paintings. Today I'm sketching out a painting. So perfect for 2021, doing the exact opposite of what we all usually do. But I'm working on a sketch for a layout for a painting for a possible commission. The person wants to, it's a friend of mine, wants to see a little bit of a sketch and have a set of ideas. And working from an image, I'm looking at this. I just quickly sketched this shape out as an existing canvas that's ready to go. So I think I'm going to work on this one. Comfortable size, Mona Lisa kind of size, and I have a set of ideas where I want to make a main focal point image figure, and that figure is, to me, it reminds me of Annapurna, the person sent me an image to work with, and it's beautiful sculpture that I'm actually going to capture. And Annapurna is an incarnation of Parvati, which in Hindu, whatever you want to call it, mythology, religion, Annapurna is the goddess of food and nourishment. Feeds the world. She's an incarnation of Parvati, who is married to Shiva. So for those of you who know what that means, I'm sure there's people who know quite a bit more. That's where I'm coming with that, or where I'm coming from. But anyway, so I'm looking at this, and oftentimes in a painting, I prefer offset. A lot of people, especially artists who make the type of artwork that I make, I like things to be asymmetrical, or to follow a structure that isn't so rigid, or if anything, it's going towards the natural curve, is where that composition is set up. But anyway, a lot of talking. Let's do some drawing here. So looking at this, here's the center, right? And normally I would offset the things. So today I'm not going to, though. Today with this one, something about this, it feels right to have it closer to center. So I am going to look at the image here that I'm working from. Oh, and somebody wants to be in this video. Valentine, my cat, is trying to work her way over here. But we just have the head. So I'm working from again an image of a sculpture, and it's of this figure of Annapurna. And yeah, this one is trying to cheer me on here. That's my cat Valentine. She's following what I'm doing closely, purring away. But I'm going to place the image in this general area. Now, when I work on the painting, if this doesn't feel right, I certainly won't go with it. So I'm not to be combative about it or anything. I like to I enjoy working with people. So when they say, can you do this? Can you give this a shot? I think, well, of course, I'll do it. I'll give that a shot. I'll try doing it that way. But then when you get into the arena of, oil painting, it's different. It's a little bit of a different animal. So, okay, so we have, it's really an exquisite sculpture too. It's great to work from a good, starting image, and interesting to work from one that is an existing sculpture too. A lot of times I work from images that are, from old magazines, or photos I took myself, or things like that. Let's see here. I've got a touch all the screens lest they close up on me. All right, so there's that. And so I know what I want to do with the overall part of this painting, though, once I get to that part, and that is I want to work in layers. So I have some ideas to use some transparency, but that just won't be the image of this female form. I'm also going to use another image that isn't seen here, and I don't know if I'm going to talk about it. I think I'm going to keep that kind of a mystery for now, because I think the person that is commissioning this is going to like it. But I'm going to have to put some images in here too. Not image. I'm going to have to put what's the word I'm looking for? Like a note, a visual note to remind me that that's where I'm going with it. Because I think that's going to be a productive way to get this where I want it to go. So I'm looking at some good old-fashioned negative space here by the figure's arm. Goes over here, and working this here. Yeah, so part of the thing with sketching to me is it can be a little clumsier than oil paint. Like oil paint has this magic that some media has, where it sort of kind of starts to paint itself. Like you just sort of push the ball to the edge of the hill and I'll let her rip, whereas sketching, it's sort of like, oh, the ball is on a flat surface and you have to push it every inch of the way. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody who may be watching this, but all right, so there we go. Just add in a bit of a shadow here to kind of make that pop out a little bit. Okay, so I have the female form. It is a little bit offset, but closer to center, and I love it. I love the way that that's set up. I was kind of I don't know, I was feeling a little confused about where I wanted the image to go, but this is going to work. I can tell this is just a little offset from center. And then I have two other images that I'm going to work into here. And this is the technique that I've been working with. Kind of combines a couple techniques, actually. It combines a technique that I started many years ago on oil on canvas, where I using translucency and using built-up layers, and then combining several images into one image, and then also combining the halfway through my art making career of where I'm changing the form of the actual painting itself. So using this organic shape instead of a rectangle or square. So I love it because I've been wanting to marry those two techniques for a while. Okay, and then this one here. And I guess the reason I love using this idea of this technique of translucency, which by the way sounds, you say one word and you think, okay, well, that's an easy concept, right? But to actually do it with oil paint, it's a little more tricky, a little more to it. But I learned that technique at my alma mater, so at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point in central Wisconsin, here in the States. And it's one of those things where, in-person learning was really important, super relevant in order to get the job done as one of my mentors, Larry Ball, stayed, you know, to put the sticky stuff on the canvas, right? So Larry Ball is an art historian and a friend of mine. So, okay, overall I've got the layout here working well. And then likely for the painting, I'm also going to add some other kind of linear elements. Can't say if these are going to be in the final, you know, exactly like this. But it'll be something like this where you compartmentalize portions of it. And what that does for me is and for the viewer, is it starts to build like this construct that I think that, you know, we as humans, our brain has a natural system built into it where we want to create an order out of things. And so I sort of tweak and toggle that that built-in system in our brains by adding it to my paintings, you know, in subtle ways sometimes, in less than subtle ways than others. All right, well, this works. This looks really good. I'm gonna hide a signature in here somewhere. And yeah, so this is Annapurna painting I'm going to be working on here. And I imagine I'm going to be working on it very soon because the muses woke me up today at 3:30 in the morning and said, hey, better get up, start making some artwork, do some creative writing, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be doing some writing shortly here too on a different thing. But yeah, so this is a sketch for a painting I'm going to work on soon. Not my usual way to go about it, but I like it. This is working well. This is Ben with Ben Zoltak with Bottomless Inkwell. And hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm saying it out loud because I've talked to people in the past that had no idea you could subscribe to a YouTube channel. So I'm also educating people. If you want, you can subscribe to channels, you know. And yeah, so when you subscribe, then you'll see, you know, different things that I'm working on. Mostly my artwork, and I do a few other creative things on the channel as well. But yeah, this is it. Looks pretty good. Excellent. See you next time.